folks, welcome to Mock Speed Hobbies. Today we've got another unboxing video, and we're going to go over a new 4S buggy that has recently released from Team Corrali. Now, some of you may or may not know about Team Corrali. It's an extremely high-end, ready-to-run company. They came out of racing. It's actually based in Europe. So it's not necessarily the typical Chinese stuff that you're used to seeing. Very high quality. Everything about them is completely race bred technology, and a little bit higher quality. Like I said, a little bit higher quality across the board than you'll see with a lot of your ready runs. Now, that being said, I'm highly impressed by what they're able to give you at such a low price point. Everybody knows that these 8-scale buggies, if you're racing, are 4S Max. So this is the 4S version, and I could not imagine a less expensive way to get into a real 8-scale racing buggy to get you started racing. So let's get right into it, Gus. Okay, so what we have here is the Team Corrali. This is the Radix 4. Now, this is a 3S or 4X Max lithium-powered brushless 8-scale buggy. So the way they design their stuff is from the ground up, just like you'd see any of your race buggies. So it is a ready-to-run, four-wheel drive. It is a 3-diff system. These things out of the box are going to do 50 plus miles an hour, which is perfectly adequate for any kind of racing situation. Most of you guys know that you're not going to get much faster than that on a race course because you've got to slow down and turn. So, and you'll notice, we love the body. It's extremely good looking body, cab forward, very aerodynamic. It's not boxy looking. It's very sexy. Just a good looking machine. Now, we'll go over some of the features here. One thing, as you see with a lot of ready-to-runs in this price point, which is only $399.99, I forgot to mention that, just an incredible price point, but you actually get real threaded aluminum adjustable shocks, not plastic. These are big bore. You're going to get high-performance differentials with precision-cut steel gears. Of course, ball bearing supported. There's all steel drivetrain. All your dog bones and CV axles are going to be hardened steel. All of your engineered nylon parts are extremely overbuilt, just like your high-end race buggies from other brands like Losi and Techno and X-Ray and stuff like that. It's got a really nice CNC machine. Sliding motor mount for easy adjustments and pinion changes, full ball bearing set. You've got CNC machined aluminum shock towers, so they're 4 and 5 millimeters respectively. They are not just cheap stamped aluminum. These things are the high grade stuff that you'll find on racing rigs, so that's really cool. So real quick, length is 495 millimeters, width is 308, height's 175, wheelbase is 327, and weight without the batteries is around 3,250 grams, so you can do the math on that. Now, this one is going to take XT90 plugs. I'm stocking these in SMC. Highly recommend the SMC for their extremely high discharge ratings and their durability. It'll be a great match for these vehicles. Just to pull one out for you, this is what I would recommend. We'll be using these SMC DV Extremes. These are actually a 135C pack. Unbelievable. And the cool thing about these guys is, even though the cells may be made in China, these guys are actually based in the US, and they hand match their cells. You open up the package, you'll see that each one has been manually measured and matched to the pack. So just an excellent company there. Had really great luck with them. On the controller, they use the VarioProp Uno. It's just got, I mean, honestly, this is just a ready to run radio. There's not going to be tons of features on this, just your standard, you do have throttle variations, you do have dual rates for the steering and servo reversing, endpoint adjustment. It is a full range radio, so you don't have to worry about running out of range. You can run these things pretty much as far as you'd be comfortable running them. You're going to be more sight limited than anything. Now these use the Curon and Torox motor and speed control system. These are only found on your Corrales. It is a 2150 kV motor. It's a 4-pole. It can run 3 or 4S, like I was saying. It is sensorless, but this is a 8-scale motor and a sub $400 rig. So again, unbelievable price point for what you're getting. Again, it's a waterproof / splash proof system. The speed control is going to allow you 120 amps of continuous current. That's continuous. 2 to 4S capability. It's got a high voltage BEC built in, so that perks your servos up. They are programmable, so you can customize it. The VarioProp Metal Gear servo, it is digital. Your max torque on this is going to be 20 kilograms, which is more than enough to steer this thing. So really good servo there. You'll notice it's got a aluminum heatsink case as well, so keeps the servo lasting long for you, nice and cool. So next thing to do, let's open up this box. Let's see what this thing actually looks like in person. All right, so the box actually opens up from the end, and you'll pull out this little white box here first, and what it contains is your radio. Like I said, it's nothing to write home about, but certainly adequate. It's plenty big enough for big hands, and it's not too large for kids. And so the thing is not super heavy either. That's one thing. In the bottom, you're just typical for your 2.4 gig radios. It's going to use 4AA batteries to power that up. So there's your radio. Next, let's get the car out. The car is well supported with cardboard and foam to keep it from jostling around. I'm going to put the phone down, and we're going to pull that thing out. So it just slides out on these little rails here. You just grab it by the wing and pull it out. Now you've got a little thin manual here. The manual is not huge. One thing that I will tell anybody that's buying a Team Corrale product is they do not come with tools. So you won't find anything but an antenna tube in here, and the manual, it does not have a wrench. So, if you're wanting to remove tires and stuff like that, you will need to pick yourself up a 17 millimeter wrench for the lug nuts. It'll take your basic metric hardware, hex drivers, and what have you to work on the vehicle. So just bear that in mind. That's not a huge investment. I mean, you're saving a lot on the vehicle anyway. Let's get this thing out of the wrap. So look at how sweet that looks. I love the green. Really sets it off. The car looks really mean. I love the aerodynamics of it. You can tell that everything is built really robust. Have really thick, overbuilt A-arms, upper and lower. You'll notice that you have CV axle, coated pillow balls, a really beefed up knuckle there. You've got, like I was talking about earlier, you've got these really big bore, competition sized aluminum threaded body adjustable shocks. You'll notice it's got a really nice sway bar, front and rear, with a nice aluminum support in the middle. So it's meant to work extremely smooth. Again, then you'll see the machined aluminum shock towers, front and rear. You've got really beefy camber links, really beefed up toe links, steering links. You might notice right there that you've got an aluminum bell crank system that is adjustable. You can adjust your Ackerman on that. The body itself, we've seen this with just a few other brands, but it is nice to note that your clips are nice. They're angled, so they're easy to get off. It's got nice thick mounting posts, and the tether helps you from losing, the clips. So the body itself is a very tough body, but one of the first things I notice, and not to think that it is cheap, because it's not a cheap body, but it's very light. So some great weight savings there. When you get under the vehicle, you can tell, like I've been saying the whole time, this thing is engineered. You can tell it was designed by a company who has racing heritage, because you see it throughout the vehicle. You've got braces for the chassis front and rear. You've got a really beefy bell crank system and servo saver. There's the Metal Gear servo, the 20 kilogram servo. It comes with a machined aluminum servo arm, an adjustable metal link. What I do also like this with Corrali, they actually cant their servo. I've only seen this on a couple of different purebred racing platforms, and what it actually does is it helps to keep your steering geometry true without throughout the range of that servo, which is really cool. You don't see that a lot in a lot of other companies. There again, there's your aluminum sliding motor mount, so it's really easy to make adjustments. They do have a nice little cover here over your pinion gear. That can serve two purposes. Slinging trash everywhere, it keeps it contained. Also helps keep you from getting dust and grime in there and eating up your gears. Again, you'll also see metal drive shafts for the rear drive and the front drive right there. And this is your 120 amp speed control right there. This is programmable. Machined aluminum motor, 2150 kVs. This is a full-size 8-scale motor. This is not a sub $400 car with a 4S capable long can 550. This is a 8-scale motor. That is a point of note. I want you guys to know that you are not buying a souped-up 3S. This is a true 4S racing vehicle here. And I do want to turn it off to show you guys that it is a aluminum plate chassis. So just like the racing vehicles, you've got all the aluminum. You may note it down here. You'll see the spacers here where you do have adjustment, just like a pro vehicle. You've got adjustment to the wheelbase and kick up, and you can adjust back here with spacers. So you're getting the same kind of quality that you would get out of a racing vehicle. Also, like all the room you get in the chassis, the side bumper, the tray extensions here, they fit well against the body to help keep trash out, but also gives you plenty of room in here. So I've seen some other brands that there's just nothing left over. You don't have any room. It's very hard to get in there and work on stuff. On these, very easy to get into. You've got an ample battery tray that's even adjustable. You have a stop here to where you can adjust for shorter or longer batteries. It's a really cool little setup. Like everything about it so far. Everyone that has bought these Team Corrali products from us has really enjoyed them. I haven't had any complaints, and I mean that in the most honest way possible, that I just have not had anybody come back and say, I don't like my car, or I'm having issues breaking in and stuff like that. So these things are going to do really awesome. And like I said, I've got them in stock. We also have the batteries, the SMCs that I would recommend to put in here with the proper XT90 connectors. Guys, and we love making these videos for you too. So always remember to like and subscribe, sign up for notifications. And we'll keep you up to date on these new products that we're carrying. Have a wonderful day, folks. Hope to see you soon.